These were the three stages of my reaction as I was watching this movie. Act 1. Act 2. What? Act 3. A 1, 2, 3, 4! Green Knight, you make no sense. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Mr. Teach Film Preach. And if you're a lover of films like I am, and if you learn from films as much as I do, then you are in the right place. And if you're in the right place, click like down below and subscribe to my channel. Also like this video and give me your feedback and comments too. What did you guys think about The Green Knight? Really want to know. So maybe everyone out there, you can give me some perspective and maybe some new information about this film. Maybe I'll appreciate it a little bit more. Today we are talking about the 2021 epic fantasy abstract film, The Green Knight. The Green Knight stars Dev Patel in the role of Sir Gawain, based off of an ancient mythical poem written in the King Arthur times.
I am King Arthur.
And we are the Knights of Justice.
David Lowery, who wrote and directed this film, really deconstructed the story, made it fantastical in some ways, made it very abstract. I haven't really seen a lot of David Lowery's other stuff besides A Ghost Story, which I really enjoyed. Also a deconstructed movie, but I think A Ghost Story executed their overall plan a lot better than The Green Knight.
I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain.
First thing, the visuals in this movie are gorgeous. You can't take that away from David Lowery and his team. The cinematography, first of all, is astonishing. The sweeping landscapes, the beautiful scenery that he was able to capture on film, the practical effects mixing with the visual effects, and how it looks so real and integrated so well together, and it meshed perfectly, that I wish just had a bigger premise and a bigger plotline and a more concrete story, because I think then this would have been one of the best films. Each shot is so well thought out, it has so much detail in it, and is so well crafted. It's almost too much at times. Like, there's so much going on visually that it's hard to keep up. Alicia Vikander is a standout performance in this movie. She is hypnotic in this role. A lot of people are saying Dev Patel, this is his best role or best performance he's ever given. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he did a lot better with like Slumdog Millionaire, Lion. Not saying that he did a bad job or anything. His character isn't very likable, and thus his performance is kind of pulled down a little bit just based off of that. You want to be on his side, you feel like he is the hero, but you never get that in this movie. I hope this movie gets some recognition for its cinematography, for its special effects, for its sound design. I think the technical elements of this film are some of the best I've seen in a very long time. In some regards, I was impressed with this movie. Let's pivot over to the things I didn't like. After the technical elements, after the visual effects, there isn't really that much left in this movie.
Oh my God, no!
I didn't enjoy this film. I was confused a lot of the times. This isn't my brand of storytelling, much more of a concrete storyteller myself. I'm not really about the abstract. They wanted to be so deep and dark and thought-provoking that they kind of forgot about, oh, the audience needs to understand these things so we can enjoy the film and we can really digest it. This movie is extremely undigestible. And it meanders so many times. There's things that don't make sense, and I get it, it's an abstract storytelling medium that he's doing in this film, but you have to make it somewhat accessible for our audience. When things happen in this movie and then there's no consequence from it, or he is able just to get out of the situation because that thing didn't really happen, it was like in his mind, weak. And I know there's lots of people out there who love these kind of stories, and that's fine. This is definitely going to be your cuppa. I was just confused, annoyed, angry, and just kind of disturbed. If I don't have a love, or at least somewhat like the main character, I've checked out of the movie already. This is who we're gonna follow? Okay. I've been doing theater since I was 4 years old. This was really difficult to get on board with. And I think that's where I just didn't really care in the end. I didn't care about the characters, the journey that we're on. Everyone's a bad person. No one is honorable. You should try and find a way to have an honorable death so it almost makes up for the terrible things you do in your life. Otherwise, life is meaningless. That's like the themes that I got out of this movie. The actual script and execution of it didn't make sense. I just wasn't into it. I wanted to love this movie so much. I was like, I love it.
Now you say you love me.
Like, convincing myself during the film didn't do much for me, and it didn't invoke any emotions. It didn't resonate with me on a personal level. The visuals are great, but that's not enough. That doesn't make a movie. And if people get things out of it and really find meaning in this movie, good for you. You guys definitely are doing a lot better than me, apparently, in that regards. Trailers made this movie seem like this epic, real journey, but with like these fantasy elements. Shame on them. They made it look like this is going to have some action in it. There's going to be a couple, maybe 1 or 2 sword fights. No, not one. Swords never clash together in this movie. I wanted one battle. Just one. It's like they tricked us. They tricked me to get my butt in the theater seat. They were very strategic with how the trailer looked in this film, because they made it seem much more like an epic fantasy instead of a personal, emotional, abstract story. I will admit there are definitely things in this film that I missed, I didn't get. Because I was bored a lot of the times. I was kind of checked out of the half the movie. I almost do need to go rewatch this again, but I just simply don't want to. There's certain scenes that I was like, you don't need this, or why are you showing us this? There's a specific scene with seamen, and I'm not talking about these kind of seamen. Just grossed out about, why are you showing this? What's the point? The dialogue was boring. It didn't make a lot of sense. The things that characters do or say in this film didn't make a lot of sense for the overall story. Lord of the Rings is supposed to be about the journey, and that is in an epic fantasy world, and it's done so well, so beautifully, and it has concrete storytelling. That's why I couldn't quite get on board with this movie, and I don't think that this is the masterpiece film that people are making it out to be. So overall, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give David Lowery's The Green Knight a C. What did you all think about The Green Knight? Would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Please tell me, what did I miss? Tell me that I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Mr. Teach Film Preach. If you'd like to come back and check out some more content, I got my playlist for the 2021 films I've reviewed so far right up here. Also, Old and F9, The Fast Saga, so check those out as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the day. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.